I'm just speaking to the few. Did you hear me? I am speaking to the few. You know, I had the great experience of spending time with Mello and Stormy Wellington yesterday, and we had a great time the whole day. We had an incredible time. We're doing a Wi-Fi launch, and I'm so excited to be a part of it. And one of the things I think that's very important, that you stay engaged in life. Stay engaged. And I love working with Stormy and Mello because they have a lot of energy. I'm very much like my mother, Mamie Brown. She had no old friends. I surround myself with young peoples. Whenever I go to Cancer Centers of America, and where they gave me their Perseverance Award for 29 years of dealing with and kicking the butt of 4-stage cancer. And I see people coming in, walking like they have one foot on the banana peeling and the other one in the graveyard. I said one day, I asked myself, what are you doing? Why are you here? Now, I'm not discouraging people from going to see their doctor, and I most certainly will keep all my appointments, but I had to ask myself, what are you doing? See, sometimes we have to wake up. There's something that Bob Proctor said, my brother who's on the other side. He said, most people are where they are because of ignorance. Wow. Yes. And I'd like to add to that, not only ignorance, but the lack of will, the lack of willingness to do what's required to change their situation. And because of compliance, they settle. When I was diagnosed with 4th-stage cancer, I remember them having a conversation outside of the curtain, and I heard one of the nurses say, what we should do is just make him palatable. I said, what's that word, palatable? Palatable. What they talk about? Food? They weren't talking about bringing me a good tasting lunch. Hospital food is the worst food in the world. What are you talking about? Palatable. So I asked the nurse, what's the word palatable? What does that mean? Oh, make you comfortable. Make me comfortable? Y'all just told me I got 4-stage cancer. You talking about making me comfortable? Oh, hell to the no. No, I don't want to be comfortable. I'm ready to fight. And so the last time I went, and I'm watching people, I love watching people. I love watching them as they were coming all in. And I asked myself, what are you doing? Do you truly believe that you in the Atlanta traffic going to Noonan, Georgia, it took you about an hour because of the traffic, that somebody can come in and look at you for 3 minutes, listen to your heart, put the stethoscope on your back and say, cough, and open your mouth, okay, and squeeze your leg, and say, take your shoes and socks off so we'll get your feet, okay, put them back on. Now write your prescription. 3 minutes. Do you truly believe it took you over an hour to get in, and somebody gonna come in and look at you for 3 minutes? And there's some situations that, oh, well, we know you got some other problems, and I know you got some pain in the kidney area, and we will have a physician assistant to talk to you through Zoom. Through Zoom. Okay. Question once again. What are you doing? Les Brown? So going back to what Bob Proctor said, he said that most people are in this situation because of ignorance. So I started doing some research. I am what doctors call a train wreck, but I'm eliminating this. 4-stage cancer, inflammation, type 2 diabetes, high blood pressure, heart disease. I can see death looking through my window. We coming for you. I got up and started running. I know, just say, you know what? That fool is not going to be palatable. He's not going to be comfortable. He is running. He is busy. He's working. He is trying to delay the inevitable. You got that right. So what are you doing? Well, I'm fasting. Well, I'm exercising. Well, I stopped fighting other people's battles. Well, I'm getting my rest. Well, I'm having more joy and more fun. Well, me and Tyrone, we go for long walks. If you don't know about Tyrone, that's my little squirrely friend. I met him in my backyard, and I'm going to be getting Tyrone and Trina married. He met her in my backyard as well. And I will be officiating the wedding of these two squirrels. He taught me squirrely, and I taught him English. Like, for instance, that's squirrely in what I just said. You have greatness in you. So, if you want to learn squirrely, talk to me. I'll do a Zoom call and I'll hook you up. It only costs $7, okay? My kids say, if we hear you talking about that Tyrone and y'all down there speaking squirrely in the basement, we're going to put you in a nursing home. I say, you got to catch me first. But what are you doing? It took you over an hour to get here. They looked at you for 3 minutes and say, okay, we'll see you in 90 days. Really? So guess what? I want you to write this down. Get busy. I started doing some research. Get busy. What is it? What role do I have to play in this? This is a partnership, and I'm the lead partner. This is my life. And so I started exercising and doing smoothies, doing meditations and prayer and visualizing myself, getting healthier. I started detoxifying my life. Do you know negative people? Listen to me. Negative people can create stress in your life, and they can reduce your white blood cells. What do you mean? What's that? Your white blood cells? That's the army that protects you, your immune system. I said, I stopped, I looked at the relationships in my life, my family, each one individually, and friends, and I started asking myself, I love to give, I love to help, but I started asking, what kind of person am I becoming because of this relationship? Is it peaceful? Is it fun? Is it enjoyable? Is it exciting? Is it adventurous? Are we making money together? Do they keep me young? Just because I'm 77 don't mean I have to look 77. It's one thing to get older, but you don't have to get old. That's what George Burns said. The millennials don't know about George Burns and Gracie. No, they don't know. So I'm saying to you, you have something special. You have greatness in you. And become active in this thing called life. Don't settle. Don't settle. I'm working with Stormy Wellington. We're doing something Wi-Fi launch. Why, Les? Because if you want to make money today, it's going to be done on the internet. I'm talking about and secure your own financial future and the opportunity to create wealth. Now, let me share something with you. I know a thing or two. I've been on this planet 77 years. You know why the majority of wealth is controlled by 1%? Because the 1%, they control the politicians. They own them. They're in their pocket. And the masses are kept divided by politics and religion. And while we are fighting each other, they are focused on the money. And the only people that get through are the people that are hungry, the people that are executing, the people that understand the words, commit thy works unto the Lord, and thy thoughts shall be established, and all thy ways acknowledge him. See, no, nothing works unless you work. Your willingness to learn, whosoever will. If you're willing to learn, no one can stop you. If you're not willing to learn, no one can help you. So I said, it's mindset, it's internet. That sounds like fun to me. I've got children and grandchildren and great-grandchildren. A good man leaves a legacy for his children and for his children's children. My goal is to let God use me as an instrument, as his representative, to let my light shine, to bring the greatness out of you, to help you step out of the conditioning and learn how to make things happen in your life in spite of the barriers that have been placed so that the rich get richer and the poor get poorer. Oh, I know the game. I'm a former state representative. I know the game. And I'm saying to you, don't settle. Don't settle. Life has no duplicate. Don't settle. You have greatness in you. Get in a community of collaborative, achievement-driven, supportive relationships with people who have goals and dreams, people who are going in the direction of where you're going. I'm just saying. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. You have something special. You have greatness in you. Don't knock on an open door. I wish someone had said that to me years ago. Years ago. Because for a long period of time, I was seeking answers, trying to find success. Going through all types of self-discovery processes, putting a lot of time and energy, searching to discover myself, looking for ways in which I could be able to provide for my family, be able to take care of my mother, be able to do something that was me. Listen to me. Do something that was me. Something that I loved, something that gave my life a sense of significance, something that I would enjoy doing 7 days a week, something that I love so much that I would do it for nothing. But because I love it so much, I would always want to do my best at it because it's something that I do. It's who I am, and I just want to be awesome at it. You have something like that? My cousin Boo, who made his transition, he loved to cook, so he cooked. He cooked, and boy, when he cooked, when Boo cooked, Angels stop flapping their wings. And it's, uh-oh, Boo's in the kitchen. Y'all stop that, Gabriel. Y'all need to hush back there. Boo cooked it. Don't interrupt now. Boy, Boo can cook. Oh my goodness, I miss him so much. And stop knocking on an open door. All my life, when I look back, because I did not recognize and use my gift in a different way. I didn't value it. And you know why I didn't value it? Because I didn't believe in it. I did not believe in it. And as a result, I did not use it. I did not use it to serve at a higher level, to make a greater impact. And because I did not use that which was me, I paid a price. I ended up doing things that it was not me. Working on jobs, it was not me, and I knew it. I just go in there to make some money. We were born to do a special work. You were born to do a special work. You are here for a reason, to do the greater work. Not just work for a living, but to make a difference with your life. And it just got me just reflecting, Mr. Leroy Washington, who had an impact on my life, and I got a call that Patsy, his oldest daughter, passed. I remember Patsy, wonderful, wonderful young lady. And I just thought about the fact that we all have an expiration date. All of us are going to leave here. Nobody has figured out how to get out of here alive. And so, stop knocking on an open door, Athea Grant said to me. And I'm about to do an event with her in the UK virtually. Let us be clear. I spoke in Hong Kong last night, and China, and several other countries with Kim Wee virtually. It was fascinating. All the tools we need in order to become successful. In fact, I should be able today, I might get a recording of the last time I was there, and I will share that with you. It was quite an incredible, magnificent experience. But here's what it's very important, is to take the time and ask, what is it that I love most? And what is it that people compliment me on that I might have dismissed, that I might have not thought was no big deal to me because it came so naturally, it came so easily? That is my gift, that's my superpower, but I dismissed it. What is that? What does that look like? For years, I did not recognize that my ability to communicate, to reach people, to make people feel good, to inspire them, to uplift them, to give advice, to make them laugh, to motivate them, I didn't think that was no big deal. I just did that, like sleeping, making people laugh, selling wolf tickets while shooting pool, playing chess, playing bid whist, playing cards. No big deal. I didn't recognize, I didn't value it. I'm saying to you, live your life being present to who you are and what your superpower is, and we have all the tools that we need to monetize it, to make it work for us. And I'm saying, Don't be a volunteer victim. You've got something. You came here with something. You were chosen. God don't choose people who don't have anything going for them. There's something you have going for them. You just haven't discovered it yet. Just like me. I had a lot going for me. And for a period of time, I went unemployed. For a period of time, I went from being fired from one job to the other, as opposed to hiring myself, because I didn't know what I had going for me. I didn't know. And so because I didn't know, I didn't take the time to discover that. I didn't invest any time, any money, any energy, any effort to cultivate that. I didn't ask those questions. Why are you here? What are you supposed to do? How do you take that which you say that you want to do and find a way to monetize it? See, that whole thing about, Adam, where are you? Where are you? Life is a question. And how we answer the question is the answer. Where are you, Les, in relationship to who you know you should be and what you should be doing? And what are you going to do about it? I talked about Tennessee Williams, who said there comes a point in your life when you look in the mirror and who's looking back at you realizes that's all you're ever going to be. Wow, what a blow. What a punch in the gut. So fortunately, I didn't settle. There was something that was restless in me, something that said there's got to be more. Have you ever asked yourself that? There's got to be more than this. It's got to be. And I kept seeking. I kept working at it and working on the possibility of how I can reshape and redesign my life. Because the one that I was living wasn't me, and he had to go. That's why Paul said, I must die daily. That all of us know the moments in our lives that there are parts of us, that character's got to get out of here. That does not work for me. It might work for somebody else, but that does not work for me. But for a period of time, I did not use my gift until, and don't let it take you this long, I mean my real gift. I was 37. That's a delay. My real gift. I was able to become a disc jockey, and that was good. I enjoyed that. I love that. I can be a disc jockey now. And I enjoyed being a state legislator. But speaking and motivating people, my real gift, my superpower that I used last night when they brought me on the Zoom before an audience of thousands of people, that's the voice. That's the one. That's the Les Brown. That's his power voice. Why? Because I'm in my power. I was doing what I was supposed to do. I came here to motivate. I came here to inspire. I came here to uplift spirits. I came here to give people a larger vision of themselves. You came here to do something. You came here to make a difference. You came here to live an impactful life. You came here to leave the world in better shape than how you found it. Yes. You came here to allow people to know that what they have experienced, the abuse that they have gone through, does not have to define them. You came here as a guide, as a light, to help people use the steps and the process and the mindset that you had to navigate and bring themselves out of the valley. Yeah, you came here for something. Yeah, because you decided that what you went through would not define you. You decided that. When you think about sales, and let's talk about that, because
Sure.
Nothing happens until something is sold.
Right.
If you had to think of the 3 attributes that will allow a person to become an outstanding sales professional like yourself, because you have sold yourself to success. You have sold your way there through the products, through medical supplies for doctors' practices, but you literally, I believe, the kind of person that psychologists call skaters. No matter where you are thrown, you're going to land on your feet. So if you had to crystallize your thoughts on being an effective sales professional, what would number one be?
Number one would be communication. You have to be an effective communicator in order to succeed in sales. You need to be able to communicate effectively so that the person you're selling to understands. But importantly, part of communication is actually listening. In sales, a lot of times you go in and you want to talk about your product. You're so excited and you're just like blah, 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 talking about how wonderful your product is. And you're not listening to the customer. One of the things that I did is I listened to my customer. What were their needs? And I identified a solution for their problems and what their needs were. So that is the most important thing for me, is communication via listening to your customer.
You know, I, as you know, train speakers, and one of the things I strongly believe, never let what you want to say get in the way of what your customer wants to hear. Conduct communications intelligence. So communication is one, and being a good listener to your customers and being able to give them what they ask for. What's number two?
Number two is relationship building. Building a relationship.
People talk about that a lot. How do you build relationships?
One is through communication and listening. The other thing is about really valuing and caring for people. One of the things that I found in my industry, we're capital equipment, high dollar devices. You're talking about devices anywhere from $35,000 to $150,000.
High-end products.
High-end products.
Yeah.
What most salespeople would do is they would sell a high-end product and they would say buy and never keep in touch with their customer. And one thing that I did is I always kept in touch with my customers, because I know that customer, that relationship is so valuable. It is so hard to build that relationship. But most importantly, I know that most of my sales are going to come from referrals from that relationship. And so even doctors would tell me, what I appreciate about you is when I buy pieces of equipment that's very expensive, I never hear from the sales rep again. You keep calling on me. You keep updating me with news, with changes in regulation. So I would find out their business, their industries, what are some of the things that they needed to keep on that they didn't get easily, and I would provide that information for them just as part of building that relationship to help them out.
So in building a relationship, you provide service that you don't get paid for. And so when she sells a customer, as she just explained, that she continues to communicate with them, continue to provide information that's valuable for them, that will impact their bottom line. And they appreciate the fact that she wasn't treating them like a transaction. She built a relationship by continuing to add value to them. What's number three?
Number three is persistence and perseverance.
Persistence and perseverance. Og Mandino, in the book, The Greatest Salesman in the World, he said, I will persist until I succeed. Talk to me about that and give us an example.
Well, an example is salespeople, when they hear the word no, they tend to give up, or they tell themselves no before the customer says no. Yeah. They give a million reasons why they're going to say no. And I'll give you an example. I remember I was training a representative, and we went into the doctor's office, and I had been trying to close him for 3 months. And most people would have given up because the doctor kept saying, you need to sell it to me for half of the price. I've already bought equipment from you, and buying another one, I deserve a discount. I couldn't get that discount as a sales rep. The company wouldn't give it to me. But I knew that this doctor was making a lot of money off of the equipment, and he was earning double of what he had paid on the equipment. So I went in with a sales rep, and the doctor said the same thing. He always said, Marie, I've already told you, give it to me for half the price and I'll write you a check today. And I said, you mean to tell me that if you give me $30,000 today and I give you $60,000 in 2 months, because I know that's how much you make off of each piece of equipment, you're going to say no to that? I know you don't make that kind of money on real estate investment or in the stock market. Guess what? He walked out the door, came back, wrote the check for the full price that I had asked.
Because you had done an assessment and you had determined how much your product would provide for him, the profit margin, and he saw that it made sense for him to get it at the price that you were offering it.
Exactly.
Wow, that's major.
Right.
But that's not just being persistent. That is coming back with a different game plan, because Einstein said insanity is doing the same thing in the same way, expecting a different outcome. You didn't just come back asking him to buy the product. You came back armed with information that showed, there's an old saying, you take a horse to the water, you can't make him drink. But if you provide the right information, you create a thirst where he wanted to drink, and he wrote the check.
Exactly.
Wow. As you look at yourself now and the goals that you want to achieve as a professional, what's next for you?
What's next for me is really empowering other entrepreneurs who want to be successful, or business people that want to grow. And that is my passion, is empowering others. And that's my vision and my goals for the next coming year.
I tell you, you have done a lot and you're still on fire. She has so much energy, the energizing bunny. And so we look forward to working with you. If you want to make it in sales or become successful in life, the 3 principles that she talked about are things that all of us can use each and every day in building relationships and doing our homework. Never let what we want to say get in the way of what the customer wants to hear. Listening to the customer. And the number 1 thing that you talked about, effective communication skills, being able to communicate and communicate in a way that your customers can hear you, but being able to listen to them first and bring back to them the things that they've shared with you, what's keeping them up at night, what's stressing them out. Continue to be successful. I want you to know that you put the M in mastery. Marie Cosgrove, thank you very much. You have something special. You have greatness in you. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.